Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Poll for Initiative, the tabletop role-playing stream where the audience influences the story. I, of course, am your dungeon master, Ben and/or Benjamin, and with me, I have Seth, otherwise known as MB Banshee, who'll be playing today as Least a Forest. Go ahead and say hi to everyone, Seth.
Hello.
Sorry, something in my throat yet again. I really should start clearing my throat before we start. How you doing today, Seth?
I'm good.
Do you want to give us a rundown on what happened last time?
Court. So much court.
Okay. And
I got stabbed from far away, which is hard to do. But
well, you got a knife thrown at you. I don't know if you got stabbed. Stabbed implies they were still holding the knife. Anyway,
a knife entered my body. I'm pretty sure that's called being stabbed.
I don't know. I mean, by that, like, what happens if you like shoot a knife out of like a gun? Is it still stabbing? Like if you harpoon someone. Harpooning someone?
Okay, that's harpooning. That's different.
Okay, what's the major difference between a harpoon and a knife? I feel like
you could say, okay, first of all, harpoon big, very big, launched at high velocity.
Now hold on. If I stab you with a really big knife, is it no longer stabbing because it's the size of a harpoon?
I think that you could even be. I think that you would be like, I got stabbed with a harpoon. Right? Or you could just say,
no, I got
harpooned. Okay. But you could still say, yeah, that's right? A big enough knife is just a sword.
No. To be clear, I'm not saying just scale up the blade. I'm saying scale up every aspect of it. So it's literally a knife that you scale up every aspect of it really big. So it's like for a giant.
I still would say like sword.
Really? So like if a giant is wielding a really big dagger, is that a sword?
At what point does knife become sword?
Well, I think if the handle is scale, I feel like the size of the blade proportional to the handle is what matters.
Do you know what? I don't care about this enough to keep this big going.
Yes, can you tell us how we ended last time?
Oh yeah, they fucking finally learned what harmony was all about, which I knew it was fucking bad. Nothing called harmony can actually be good. Actual harmony is not something that evil villains are trying to achieve, right? So I knew it had to be fucked up in some way. It was real bad.
We pick up where we left off. All of the divines are left mouths agape as they all bear witness to what Oryn harmony truly means.
Lisa's just sitting there, covered in blood, like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah, you're still fully dazed and confused, bloodied, half your health missing, bleeding out of your nose still a little bit, with a piercing headache. But yes, you're all witnessing this, like, in the center of this courtroom, there's like this large black sphere where Nyx Lumen was seated, and you're watching through this lens as her and the Emperor stand in this sort of perfect wasteland, and they wear grins, and the Emperor especially has a wide grin on his face, and he says,
"Finally, all is as it should be. War, pain, suffering, all things of the past all things made equal, all things made perfect.
And all the divines watch, like, all of them have, typically you don't, throughout this entire court case, you haven't seen them all perfectly unified on many things, but they all are unified in their disgust at what they're seeing. And even Torm, on the other scale plate to your right, is mouth agape, watching on in this sort of fantasy world that Nyx has. And slowly, that orb begins to fade, and that Justicar lowers her golden scales, and Nyx, you see on her face as she realizes that none of that was real. And she says, "What? No, what's happening? It was all perfect. Everything was as it should be." And
you're really fucked up, lady.
And as that sphere it fades into non-existence, you see all the divines erupt in this room. They all begin shouting angrily, immediately shouting things to the effect of, "Kill Nyx!" and "Destroy the Emperor! We must invade the material plane now!"
Oh, God, wait, no, okay. First of all, she's already dead. Second of all, guys, just leave it to, okay, actually, divine intervention could be a huge thing for me, that this could be good. But don't invade the, oh my God, please don't do that.
As you're trying to say all that, that scale you're sitting on shoots up. The chain is being tugged through, and you actually almost give me a dexterity saving throw, actually.
Oh my God. He's like, holy shit. It's not good. 4.
You fall back in your chair, and you're fully on the ground now. Your chair's fallen over, as this plate is tugged into the air, and the plate that Torm is seated on plummets to the ground. You're kind of suspended above the court now, watching these divines all yell and scream.
I crawl to the edge and I just peek over the side, look down at Cassandra. Help. Help. I fell out of my chair.
Cassandra looks up at you and she mouths "Are you okay?"
No.
She goes to stand up and go to you, but Azazel stops her, puts her hand on her shoulder, and gestures at all the divines, indicating this is a good thing.
This is I'm high up here.
To be clear, I'm not necessarily applying any kind of dazed effect to Lise. So
Listen, she lost a lot of blood very suddenly and woke up from almost dying, or maybe she did die. I'm not really sure what happened there. And I just feel like this is appropriate. I feel like she's she's lost a lot of blood and she's very dazed and there's a lot going on.
And as you're sort of peeking over the edge, you notice another pair of hands to your right, clinging onto the edge of the plate, and they pull themselves up, and it's Bedlam.
What? Why were you down there? What?
And he says, "Oh my goodness, Lise, you're going to cause a divine invasion of the material plane?"
I don't want that, okay? I never said anything about that. That's all
this is so exciting!
No, I feel like that's a bad thing.
This is going to be so chaotic and fun. Please, you have to let the divines invade.
No, absolutely not.
And you look over your left shoulder back at the divines all arguing with each other, and you actually see on one side of the aisle Vile angrily shaking his fist and Smile banging his little paws on another stand, joining the arguments.
Oh my gosh, not them two. Look at what you've done.
Says, I want to join. Lise, jump into the audience. Let's all argue with them.
I think if I jump from this height, I will die. I'm already very covered in blood, and a lot of it is left my body. I think that I have enough left in me to be okay for now, but I feel like if I fall from this height, maybe not.
He says, so what part of Amaris will be invaded first, do you think? I'm thinking Oryn, of course.
Shut up. This isn't, they're not going to invade. It's going to be fine.
He says,
Probably.
but once that can of worms is open, I'm sure that they're going to go make their way to Caleban. And then I'm sure they're going to make their way to Sanctaria. I mean, once the divines have invaded, they've invaded. You know what I mean? The cat's out of the bag.
Well, but like, what? That doesn't, I mean...
What, are they just going to allow humans to get to this point again?
I crawl over to the other side, and I'm like draped like over the edge, and I'm just like very weakly like waving my arm to get Asmodeus' attention.
As you're looking over this edge of the plate, you see that fate is like banging their gavel, but the divines are not settling down. Asmodeus sees you out of the corner of his eye, but is focused on staring at Nyx, trying to remain calm in this room of people that are arguing.
Right.
You hear other divines shouting, "But the prophecy! If we kill the Emperor, the prophecy was certain to come true!"
Which part of the prophecy are they talking about?
You get the feeling that they're talking about if they intervene in any way, then the end of reality is guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, that might be true. Get the elf back here again. Bring Elaine back.
Eventually, the Justicars actually fly to the stands for the jury and force the divines to settle down. And Bedlam says, "Oh, come on now, court is so boring. No one's allowed to have any fun around here."
Yeah, court, not the place to be having fun, I think. Bedlam.
And he says, "Also, what was all that stuff you were saying before, Lise?"
Which stuff? I can't. What
You
do
were
you
saying,
mean?
did you say you saw me somewhere?
Oh yeah, you were in the dark place and you were crying because you lost your friend.
What friend? I lost you?
You said his name was Harry, and you said I was gonna make fun of you, but I don't know. I mean, I do make fun of you, but I mean, none of you crying. Like, that's kind of just a dick move.
Says, I did a Harry. Sorry, it's a Harry. Am I hearing that right?
That's what I said. Are you deaf? Okay.
Perhaps I am. Let me check. And he rips his ears off and he like kind of blows on them like you would blow on a Nintendo cartridge and slaps them back on, but they're upside down now. And he says, "Try again."
Harry?
Oh, I hear you worse now.
Okay. I can't imagine why that would be.
And he says, "I don't know a Harry, Lise. Do you know a Harry?" It is a familiar name, though. Why is that name familiar, Lise?
Well, probably because it was someone you knew, but maybe you've just been alive for so long that you forgot.
What if it wasn't me, Lise?
I guess maybe it wasn't you, but it looked like you in the dark place, so...
You lost a lot of blood. Perhaps you were hallucinating.
That would make sense, I guess. But if it wasn't you, I don't know who it was, and I don't know anyone named Harry, so...
He says, I do have one of those faces. People tell me they mistake me for people all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do.
I mean, you're always looking at me and not recognizing me because I'm such a generic face, right, Lise? You look at him with his split down the center makeup, black and white on each side.
Yeah.
I've been told I look kind of like Ryan Seacrest.
I don't know who that is.
And as things are settling down in the court, you turn around and you see that the divines have stopped at least screaming at each other. And the Justicars eventually float back to the sides of Fate.
I think Lisa's sitting. I think she has sat up, and now I think she's sitting on the edge of with her feet hanging over the edge, and she's just sitting there I don't know.
She's dangling her little feet off the edge.
Yeah.
And Asmodeus chimes in and he says, well, that was probably one of the biggest revelations I've ever had in my days in court. I think we're all in agreement, yes? And he looks up at the scales and
I wave down at him from way over him.
Yeah, you're suspended in the air, higher than Torm even was. And Torm's scale is actually kind of resting on the edge of this circular platform and kind of tilting a little bit. It's truly no longer suspended by this chain at all. And Fate looks at the scales and bangs their gavel 3 times and points at Torm with their skeletal hand and slowly gestures to a thumbs down.
Oh, God.
And then points to you and gestures with a thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up back.
With that, Asmodeus says, now, Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to motion for a brief recess and perhaps a dismissal of my client while we finish up the proceedings. And Fate bangs their gavel once and gives a thumbs up to Asmodeus. He walks up to the edge of the scale. You see the divines around you slowly standing, and suddenly you are no longer in the courtroom, and you are back in that sort of eggshell room with the gray furniture.
I think she just fully face plants onto one of the couches.
Asmodeus snaps his fingers once, and you feel immediately like the blood is clean off of your face. You no longer have that splitting headache, and you feel right as rain. You feel like you've slept a full 8 hours.
Dude, I almost died.
He says, I'm gonna be honest with you, Lise. I've never seen a mortal withstand 4 trials.
Yeah, well, you're lucky that I'm not just any mortal, all right? I wouldn't go trying that with anyone else, okay?
He says, oh no, to be clear, Lise, I am 100% certain your brain would have been liquefied without that mixture I gave you.
I think some of it was a little bit.
And he says, I think it's pretty obvious, but the court is in our favor now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Fantastic. Please don't invade the mortal realm. That can be good.
And he says, well, there's going to be another trial on the matter, so I suggest doing whatever it is you're going to do quickly.
God damn it. All right, gotta kill the Emperor, gotta find Helia. Fuck.
And as he says that, you actually see both Helga and Cassandra and Foxbud all appear in the room as well.
Cassandra!
Cassandra runs up and hugs you, and squeezes you really tight.
Did you see how much blood I lost, Cassandra? They tried to liquefy my brain.
She looks at Asmodeus and says, was all of that completely necessary? They almost killed her before the trial was even over. And Asmodeus says, well, if we're being completely honest with each other, I don't think the divines truly cared if she died.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, that was the vibe I got. All right, well, we won, which is good. Man, I knew Harmony was bad, right? But oh my god. Also, no one can know that that's what he means by Harmony. Is there a way that there's no way that I can prove what happened here to other people, which sucks. But I guess now we know what it is, which is helpful. Because it was like, you're sort of fighting for something that you are assuming is bad, right? Or fighting against something that you're assuming is bad. But now that I know what it is, it's like, oh my god, yeah, we gotta stop that.
As you're saying all this, you see Bedlam walk through the door as well. And the door does, when it opens, it opens from the hinges and the doorknob is the hinge instead. And he walks in and he says, Lise, you know what this means, don't you?
What?
Think about it. Harmony turns out to be perfect order for all of Ameris. Ameris is reshaped to be a perfect, fascist state, right?
Uh-huh.
So, the obvious solution is that you break me out and you get me into your reality, Lise!
Absolutely not. Get fucked. Go fuck yourself. That's not going to happen.
The method by which we combined my consciousness with Captain Stoneman, we combine my consciousness with your body, but don't kill you in the process, and thus we get to be friends forever and inhabit the same body.
I can't imagine what would fucking happen to me in that situation or to the world with you in my body.
He says, and the beauty of the situation is you're already a powerful caster, so your body would be a better conduit for the magic that I can wield. At least we would be unstoppable.
That's so cool. I don't care, and that's never going to happen. So maybe go to timeout for even suggesting that.
You don't want to have fun, Lise?
That's not fun.
Oh, come on now. It would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely not.
Listen. How else are you going to stop it if this happens?
Kill the Emperor.
But what if you can't kill him in time? Then you'll consider letting me out, right?
No.
Well, then how are you going to stop all that?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't need to let you out. You're only going to cause me trouble.
You're just going to let the world become boring, Lise.
Well, okay. It depends on how he plans on achieving harmony. If it's by using the keys, then I don't know. Maybe we can use them again for our purposes, or just if that happens. I don't know. I haven't thought
I'm
that far
hearing
ahead.
a lot of ifs, Lise.
Okay, well, because I can't see the future and I don't know what's going to happen, so
He
I
says,
can
well,
only
I can
work
tell you beyond
in-
the shadow of a doubt that I am fully capable of stopping all of that.
Sure, and then you're going to turn the world into Bedlam Land, and everyone's gonna have to ride a 1,000-foot roller coaster across the world to do anything.
That sounds incredible! Why would anyone not want that? Imagine you're going to work and you get on the roller coaster to get there.
You are a nightmare of not my own making, of somebody's making, and once I find out who that is, we're gonna have a talk. But anyway, I don't have time for this right now. I have real things to be discussing with these people, so please, abscond.
He says, fine! And he stares at you.
Why are you staring at me?
He doesn't say anything. He's just grinning really big and staring at you.
Is he a cardboard cutout?
You tilt your head slightly and you see that he lacks a third dimension. He is in fact a 2-dimensional cardboard cutout.
You're silly.
The cardboard cutout collapses onto the floor. And Cassandra is the first one that like speaks up when you come to, and she says, so like, are we gonna have to deal with the Divines invading Ameris now?
God, I hope not. I really listen, we have so many other things to be worried about. Like, I really can't take that as well.
Asmodeus says, well, the Divines certainly don't like when they're not in control of things, so my recommendation is, again, do whatever you were going to do, but do it quicker.
That's so helpful of you.
He says, I'll delay the proceedings as much as I possibly can in the next case, but there's not much I can do in the long run.
Great. Okay, well, I guess send us back then so we can start doing it. Am I doing it? I mean saving the world.
And Cassandra says, but let me get this straight. What do we owe you? To speaking to Asmodeus.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, oh, to be clear, you don't owe me anything. I've already gotten quite a bit out of this case.
I don't want to know what that means, Mr. Lord Asmodeus of the Nine Hells. I would like to go home now.
He reaches his hand down to your shoulder and raises his other hand to snap his fingers, and he says, Lise, you have no idea how much influence you've given me. And snaps his fingers, and you are out of that room.
Cassandra, I think things are bad in a different way now.
You find yourself reappearing in that cavern of cinders with like a sigil burned into the ground at your feet, and then right next to you, Cassandra, Helga, and Foxbud all appear as well.
Well, goddamn, that went. Let's leave here now. We gotta go find Helia and Sepulchre and kill the Emperor, and oh my god. My headache is starting to come back.
Cassandra says, oh yeah, so before they left, Merlin and Oliver told us, before we were summoned to the court, that they were going to make their way to No Man's Land. I guess Oliver had an idea that they wanted to discuss at the Basket Flask.
Okay, so we should meet them there?
She nods.
Okay, let's go. I
Um,
head back to the Tempest.
You make your way back to the Tempest. You hear a standard explosion from Artemis's workshop. You hear, and you hear, "I'm okay."
Oh my god. I just yelled, "Remember that the ship is alive! Please don't hurt it!"
He says, "Everything's okay. Everything's under control." And you hear another boom, boom, boom down there, and he says, "Starting now."
Okay, great. Fantastic. I write in the Tempest book, and I'm like, if Artemis ever hurts you on accident, feel free to slap him with one of the boards or something.
Those words disappear into the page, and the words "He has not harmed me yet" appear. And then those words fade, and then new words appear that say, "Although his tiny hands do get into some very strange places on the ship."
I just write, yeah. Sorry. And then I call to Artemis, "The Tempest says you have tiny hands."
You hear,
Well, that's objectively true.
It is objectively true. Okay, anyway. And then I tell the Tempest to head to No Man's Land.
Cool. You start heading there, and it's about a day's trip. Do you do anything in the meantime?
Rest.
Okay. Let's take a long rest. Okay.
Rest. I don't know. Maybe tell Artemis and Zachary about what Divine Court was like.
Artemis says, you're all seated around a table having scones again. Zachary's wearing like an apron with the big oven mitts on. And Artemis says, "I've been to court quite a few times, but I don't know that I've ever been to Divine Court."
Yeah, it was something.
He says, "Are you thinking that the Divines are actually going to invade?"
Possibly. And so we gotta hurry up and save the world before they do that.
Okay. He says, "What do you think our chances are if they do? I mean, you've killed one god."
Okay, well, I killed... Okay, Artemis, let's be fair. All right, let's be real for a minute, okay? I killed a god who was no longer a god, okay? The chances I have of facing another god who is actually still a god are low. And all of them, or at least as many as I saw, absolutely the fuck not.
He says, "But like, what if we all team up?" He says, "Did you notice any like weaknesses they had while you were there?"
They don't care about mortals. I don't know if that's not really a weakness. They don't really care about mortals.
That's kind of just bigotry.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit if I died. They got really out of hand for a while. And even fate couldn't tell them to shut up. And so the Justicas had to come in and be like, hey, like, settle down. So I don't know, but that chaos is chaos. It's not. It can be good or bad, and often is both. And I don't think that that's really a positive, though, in this case.
And Zachary says, well, you said that guy inside your head. You said that he's like god of chaos or whatever, right?
Something like that. And before you tell me to let him out, shut the fuck up and eat your scones, Zachary. You don't know what he's like. He wants to make the entire world a roller coaster, okay? Is that what you want, Zachary? Is that what you want?
He says, it sounds better than the gray uniforms.
Yeah, but like it would be like your everyday life is you're constantly on a roller coaster.
And Bedlam speaks up and he says, I like this guy. You should listen to him more, Lise. He's got some good ideas.
Both of you shut up.
Zachary says, what? Artemis, did you say something?
I take a scone and I hold it in my hands under the table, and I just wait.
You feel Foxbud's entire mouth envelop your hand.
Oh my god!
He's like licking your fingers clean.
I lift up like the tablecloth and I'm like, you could have just eaten the scone, not my head, you nasty.
You lift up the cloth and he like climbs up with like his front paws doing that thing dogs do where they shove their face up through the underside of the table, and he's trying to lick your face now.
I put the cloth around his head and I'm like, you look like a little old grandma.
He doesn't fully understand what's going on, but he's wagging his butt more and he's trying to lick your face more.
Little babushka. I push him off. Okay, anyway.
And Zachary says, I'm just saying that, like, if the worst comes to worst, I mean...
No, the worst case scenario is that he gets free. You don't know what it's like. You weren't there. Wait, were you there? Weren't you in Heaven's Cradle on Halloween when all that shit was going on? That was him. That's what it would be like.
He says, I mean, still doesn't seem as bad as the Oryn Emperor taking over everything.
Right, but like, I'm saying that neither of those are viable options, okay? There's a third solution that we're not considering. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna find it.
And Artemis says, I mean, if adventuring has taught me anything, Lise, sometimes the happy ending really is just the less sad ending.
Shut up. This is why I don't talk to either of you. You're so damn depressing sometimes.
He says, I'm just saying, it was a lesson I had to learn the hard way. And I'm worried you might too.
Okay, well, I'll consider those options when we get there, all right? I'll cross that bridge when we come to it, okay?
And you guys continue eating your scones. And that morning you find yourselves hovering toward what was formerly Frontier Harbor, and is once again no man's land.
Yeah, fuck Frontier Harbor. That sounds like such a colonizer, like, way of naming things.
You actually, as you're looking over the edge, you see the foxhole.
The foxhole?
That small little harbor that you touched down in all those years ago.
Oh.
When you first had left Yellenrune and began your adventure. It looks very different now. it's like been built up with all these brick buildings and like sort of, for lack of a better word, gentrified in a way. Everything is like built with like these large like cobblestone paths everywhere, but it's like it's been touched by war. You see cannon blasts in the side of these fortress buildings that have been patched over with planks of wood. And you see like sort of like shoddily constructed like wood plank paths between buildings. And you see pirates just walking about freely down there. The people have retaken no man's land.
Nice. I just realized while looking at this world map that the rocks that come out of the water between Sanctaria and Caleban and No Man's Land, they look like they're in the shape of a leaf.
Yeah. Is this the first time you're seeing these?
No, but I just noticed that is the shape that they're in. Anyway.
Okay. Okay. And you are kind of hovering over this town, and you notice that some of the pirates have actually stopped doing whatever they were doing, and they're now looking up at the shifting tempest floating in the sky.
Yeah, I jump over the edge.
All right, dexterity save. How cool is this gonna look?
How cool does a 5 get?
You leap over the edge, but your cape. So you do this thing. You jump up to the banister and you go to leap off the edge with your hands in the air. But you don't realize that your cape is beneath your boot, and you slip instead of jumping forward, and you plummet face first toward the ground. And you land with your face in the beach sand.
She like pops back up, like dusts herself off, and goes, "Damn, I really got to get better about that."
And all the pirates that were watching, they look like they were ready to cheer, but then they like stopped, and now they're just staring at you.
What are you looking at?
And they're all like muttering to each other. They say like stuff like, "Is that who I think it is?" And "Hey, dang, is that the sea banshee? Oh wow, she just face planted in the sand like that. I don't know. I was expecting something cooler."
I do a twirl, and my outfit shifts into my pirate outfit.
You do that. Give me a performance check.
Hell yeah. Performance 22.
You dust yourself off. You do this twirl and transform into your pirate's outfit, and suddenly everyone goes, "Whoa! It is the sea banshee! Woo! Yeah!"
She's like, "Yeah, that's right." And then you saw that.
And the shifting tempest has slowly lowered itself down. And Cassandra and Helga and Foxbutt all step off. And Cassandra puts her hand on your shoulder and she says, "How have you had this outfit for weeks now, and you still haven't figured out how to fall gracefully?"
I tripped on my cape. I don't want to talk about it.
And everybody is stoked to see the sea banshee now. What do you do now that you've gathered this crowd?
I'm just doing finger guns at people as I try to make my way through the crowd to wherever we need to go.
There's people stopping you, asking you to sign their scimitar or sign their flintlock or sign their tricorn hat.
All right, fine. I didn't do this before, but I guess I'll do it now.
And you slowly make your way through this crowd toward where the Baskin flask originally stood. And you're greeted by a huge tavern. Gigantic. It's like one of the biggest taverns you've ever seen. And you see like this like tankard like on a like tucked in sand on a sign, and you see in bold letters the Baskin flask.
Damn, they really upgraded.
You do go inside.
Yeah.
You head inside the Baskin flask. It's sort of it's late morning right now. The tavern's actually not super bustling right now. It's clear it's not like active hours for them. But you look inside and there's like there's like a staircase leading up to the entrance. This like beautiful wood walkway up to the door. You open the door, it's like there's like 2 tiers to this tavern. The lower tier being where the bar is. And in general, it looks like Timmy Two Toes has done really well for himself.
Okay. Timmy, my guy.
You walk in and you see Timmy at the bar down here. And I think Foxbud hears that name and he like leaps out of your bag and runs toward him.
Oh, are you like good friends with Timmy?
And Timmy sees Foxbud running and runs out from behind the bar and goes,
Oh, I guess they're friends.
and hands him some begging strips.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, actually.
You know what? He starts petting Foxbud's head.
Actually, you know what, Timmy? I did run out of begging strips. Do you happen to have a bag I could buy off you?
He scratches Foxbud behind the ears and goes, and walks behind the bar and grabs a bag of fantasy begging strips and holds them out.
Hell yeah. How much do you want for them? I have not that much money, but I can give you something.
He just holds them out and goes,
Oh, thanks, Timmy. Here, I'll order some drinks from you. How about that?
He walks back behind the bar, and Foxbud runs up and like puts his little feet up on the bar and is wagging his butt.
Manners, nasty boy. You have not cleaned your little feets.
And Timmy goes, and just has a rag. He sits on the bar next to Foxbud.
I pick up his paws and I'm like wiping them off.
He's so happy to be standing at this bar.
Nice. How many begging strips were in the bag?
100.
All right. That's a pretty good number, I think. Thanks, Timmy. We're looking for some people. Do I see Oliver and Merlin here?
They're not in here. There's only a couple tables that even have people at them right now.
Looking for I'm looking for some friends. One of them's an old man in a wheelchair. Ring any bells?
And Timmy says,
Okay, well, I guess we will wait here until they arrive. What's on the menu, Tim?
he says, and pulls out some menus and places them on the bar. And he's actually upgraded a bit. There's like bar food now too. But he's got like all like the standard ales and beers and rums. And you see at the bottom of the drinks section, Timmy's new brew.
Oh God. I'd look at Cassandra and I'm like, you remember this one? It's new now.
And Cassandra says, I mean, we gotta get it, right?
We do have to try it. However, we are waiting for Oliver and Merlin for like kind of something important. So I don't think right now is the best time to get trashed. So maybe we'll order this like tonight before bed, right? Or like that's fine. But right now I cannot get wasted.
Timmy sees you discussing the new brew, and he nods and pats his tummy and goes,
Like, I'm sure it's great, Timmy, but I cannot stress enough that right now I cannot be wasted.
And Cassandra looks at it and she says, I mean, I'm really tempted.
Cassandra, if you drink this right now and then Oliver and Merlin show up and you're fucking drunk off your ass,
She says,
I don't know what to say.
How much gold do we got?
Oh my God. A couple hundred, not much.
She says, so we've got enough for 3 bottles.
3 bottles? You mean like 3 like cups or what?
She says, come on, we gotta do it.
Cassandra. First of all, you're a bad influence all of a sudden. I almost died like not that long ago, and now you want me to drink this right before an important meeting?
And Helga speaks up and she says, what is problem? If it is yummy drink, why not drink it?
Because it's alcohol, Helga, and it might not affect you the same way it affects me, okay? I'm a lightweight, whereas you could probably drink it and be like, oh, this is fine, okay?
She says, Helga would like to drink fancy drink.
Oh my God. All right, Timmy, fine. I put the coin on the bar. I'm like, 3 Timmy fucking specials.
Is that 3 bottles or are you getting 1 bottle?
How much is 1 bottle? Like, is it like
one
a
bottle is 25 gold.
Is it like a bottle or how
Yep.
much is for 1 person?
He brews it and bottles it himself.
Oh. I'm going to get 2 bottles.
Okay.
We'll drink 1 now, and we'll save the other one for another time.
So you purchase 2 bottles. That'll be 50 gold.
Okay. What's 301 minus 50? It's 351?
301 minus 50?
No, it's 251.
Yes.
There we go.
Added 50. Oh, that's really bad math.
I don't know how to do subtraction.
You took the one line from subtraction, you added another line to it.
Hey, at least I didn't. I'm pretty sure there's a Critical Role clip where fucking Travis Willingham says, I can't do reverse math. And they're like, subtraction.
Reverse math?
So at least I didn't say that.
That implies that all math is just adding, and then reverse math is subtract. What happens to multiplication and division?
Shut up about those. I don't want to talk about those.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have our first poll of the day then for chat. If you order these 2 bottles, Timmy places down these 2 sort of rectangular bottles onto the counter. They're labeled Timmy's New Brew, and they have a color on to them. Chat, is that color red and glowing or green and brackish?
Oh my god.
One in chat for red and glowing, 2 in chat for green and brackish.
Regardless, Lise looks in the bottle and just goes, "Oh, Timmy, what have you done? What is this? What color was it before?"
It was like this purplish color before.
Timmy, why? It looks like it's gonna be red. Timmy, why is it red?
He places these 2 bottles on the counter that are literally emanating a little bit of light. And he goes,
No, Timmy, don't me. What the fuck is in this?
He pulls out 3 glasses and sets them on the bar for you.
Timmy.
He goes back to cleaning a tankard.
You really got me fucked up with this one, Timmy. I pour Cassandra and Helga their drinks. And okay. I give myself half a shot. Maybe a quarter. I'm not going to drink this whole fucking thing, but I'll drink a little bit of it.
Helga starts drinking hers. Oh shit. I dropped that a little too high.
You didn't put chat back on the screen.
I did not.
They think that they're lawless now because they're not on the screen.
Sorry, let me pull up Helga's stats here.
There's no way that Helga's not completely fine. There's just no way.
She downs the entire glass and she goes flies back a little bit in her stool, and then falls back forward onto the bar and says, "That is tasty."
Lise, seeing Helga react like that, just looks in despair at this glass in front of her.
Cassandra says, "All right, no time like the present. Bottoms up," and drinks hers. And she goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." She goes, "That's pretty good."
Okay, great. I send a quick prayer to Helia, wherever she is, and I'm I drink the fourth of a shot that I poured myself.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm actually pretty good at those. Not when I roll a 5 though. That's a 9.
You drink this and your mouth is on fire. And on top of that, it's the most bitter and it's the strongest alcohol you've ever tasted. You your nose is burned, almost like you're sniffing rubbing alcohol. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I feel like tears immediately start running down her face. Oh my god, I'm gonna put this dice in dice jail, actually. I'm using my strawberry dice now because I rolled a 4, plus 1 is a 5.
You fall back in your stool, and it collides with this cobble brick floor, and you have fully fallen out of your stool now, and you're coughing and wheezing and trying to recompose yourself.
I think, yeah, she's like coughing and like crying and like heaving, and she like pulls herself back up on the bar and she points at Timmy and she just goes, "You're a fucked up motherfucker, Timmy."
But you end up taking 7 points of healing. You're at full health, so you don't actually heal, but you suddenly feel like a weight lifted off your body, and like you realize that while it was a powerful drink, the aftertaste is like really good, and you kind of like are happy you did that.
What the fuck did you put in here, Timmy?
And Timmy responds by just patting his stomach again and going, "Mmm."
All right. Do I feel like instantly drunk like before, or do I feel like all right?
You feel tipsy.
All right. She's like, "I'm really grateful that I only took a little bit of that because, oh my God, this place would, I don't know, shit would hit the fan, I think, if I had drinking more of that."
You guys have consumed about half of one of the bottles by consuming these 2 drinks and this one like tiny little bit of a drink.
Okay. 1 and 1/2 bottles of Timmy's new brew. Cool. All right. Well, let's
Cassandra
play,
says,
let's
I
play
think that
gin
was
rummy.
Cassandra says, I don't know about you, but I think that was a pretty good choice. I feel ready to do anything now.
Okay, I'm like lifting her eyelids up. I'm like, look, your pupils are so dilated.
They're not really. She just definitely seems tipsy as well.
You know more of this for right now, okay? Once we save the world, we can drink some of this after that, okay? Celebration drink.
She says, "Oh, come on, have some fun, Lee. She starts pouring herself a little bit more.
No, I take the bottle away from her. Absolutely not. I like swat her hand.
And Timmy puts another glass on the table for her.
Timmy, Timmy, no. Timmy, you are an enabler.
And he shrugs and says,
Like, I understand that you run a bar and this is like good business for you, but now is not the time. All right.
And while you're having this discussion, Lise hears a familiar voice enter the tavern. Chat, is this voice an eccentric voice or... Oh. Hang on. Oops, hang on. Is this voice an eccentric voice or a threatening voice?
Uh-oh.
1 in chat for eccentric, 2 in chat for threatening.
Could be anyone, frankly.
Lisa's like, I do know quite a few eccentric and threatening people.
I sure do. God damn. I hear a voice and I look over and I look straight down because Foxbud's got his face in my bag and I'm like, stop it!
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
13.
You managed to yank it away from him, but not before Foxbud has gotten 15 begging strips in his little baby mouth.
15? Holy shit!
And he's doing that. He does that thing once you get his head out of the bag. He does that thing that dogs do where they immediately run away and like hide under a chair to continue eating the thing.
God, fuck you. God damn it, Foxman. All of you are like fucking children today. What happened?
All right. It looks like we're going to get a threatening voice.
Okay.
You hear that voice, and you immediately recognize it because it's so familiar. It's like it's from so long ago, but you definitely remember this person. You hear, Lise DeForest.
No. Hold on. I wrote his name down somewhere. Let me find it. I think I wrote his name down there. Viper. That's it.
Yes.
She turns and is like, oh, shit. Viper. It's been a while.
They say, Lise DeForest finally rejoins the rest of us. How have your journeys been?
I can't imagine you haven't heard of them.
And they sit in a stool at the end, right next to Cassandra, and look over at you. And they say, I immediately heard about your entrance.
Oh, when I fell from the... Yeah. Listen, it's usually a lot cooler than that, okay? When I don't trip. You try having a long cape made of feathers, all right?
They say, nothing happens in no man's land without my knowledge.
And where were you when this was Frontier Harbor?
And they say, oh, I never stopped operating my business. And they say, some of us have been more, and they look around the tavern and say, successful than others. They say, however, I want to thank you. I took your advice from the last time we spoke.
You found a family?
I found a family.
Great. I can only imagine what that means.
They are my family now.
And where did you find them?
What does it matter?
I guess. I guess it doesn't.
They try to escape quite often.
No, that's what I was worried about, Viper. You still don't understand what a family is. No. Found family. Damn, you really didn't listen to anything I said last time other than the words found family, did you?
They say, well, I suppose I missed something. How do you keep your family from escaping?
Because they don't want to escape. They're my friends and family. They love me and they want to be around me.
So I need to make them love me.
No. You need to find people who genuinely enjoy your company and whose company you enjoy and hang out with those people. Not people who you are forcing to hang out with you.
And they say, forcing is a strong word.
Did you take them unwillingly from where they were, and now you will not let them go?
Define unwillingly.
Okay, like they didn't have another choice? Or that other choice was like death?
They say, they are free to go when they no longer wish to be my family.
And what happens to them when they leave?
They're quiet for a while.
Exactly.
They say, they cannot leave.
Exactly, you idiot. They have to be able to leave willingly.
They are my family.
No!
I found them.
No. Okay. Well,
When
I
they
think
are
that-
no longer my family, then they can leave.
No, that is not. That's not. I'm telling you, that's not how it works, and you're not listening. So I know. I truly I can't explain it to you any more than I already have. You are simply not understanding the concept.
They say, you are correct. I do not understand. I found them, and they are now my family.
But they don't want to be.
But I married the husband and the wife. So we are a family now.
You what? You married? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Wait.
That is
So-
how you legally become family, yes?
So you found a married couple.
That is how you get a family, yes? You marry all of these people, and they are now your
Hold on.
found
Are you starting like a
family.
Mormon cult? Like you're just marrying a bunch of different people?
They say, what? Did you not marry your found family?
No, you idiot.
They say, then they are not your family.
That is the oh my god. Found family.
Yes.
As in not related to you or have any actual familial
Neither of
connection.
these people are related to me.
But you have married them and
They say they turn to Cassandra and they say, she has not married you? And Cassandra says, okay, well, technically, oh shit. Okay,
oh, Lise just goes, do you know what? I can't take this anymore. I have to leave. I have to go away from here.
Viper,
I cannot have this conversation with you anymore.
and Viper says, to go back to that other thing that you were saying, I can find additional families.
You know, you know what, Viper? Actually, just forget it. Just forget the whole thing. Just forget about it. Just erase it from your mind, okay?
They say, but I am married now.
Okay, well, get a divorce and let those people go. Let those people go. They don't want to marry you, you freak. You fucking freak. They don't want to marry you. Go find somebody who actually wants to marry you.
They say, but they did say I do at the altar.
Yeah, okay. And were you threatening them?
I was not, no.
Were other people threatening them?
What do you mean?
Were they held there at gunpoint or knife point or by threat of death?
No knives or guns were involved.
Okay, but you were still threatening them.
It is a traditional gesture of my people to put a scimitar to your neck during a marriage proceeding.
No, absolutely not. Get fucked, Viper. Just go get fucked.
It's a show of trust that you will not slit their throat.
I think that you need to leave before I am forced to free these people from slavery. I think that you actually have to shut up, stop talking to me, and go away.
They are truly confused as to why you're so upset, and they say, it was such a beautiful procession.
And they didn't want to be there.
They were crying tears of happiness.
Not of happiness. No. Viper, please get help. Go see a therapist. Please.
Cassandra mutters to you and she says, Viper's kind of always been a bit of a freak of nature.
Yeah, I've noticed.
She says, I don't know that you're going to get through to them.
Okay, well, then shut the fuck up and leave me alone, actually, because the more I'm talking to you, the more it sounds like I have to go free these people from slavery.
And Viper says, I just wanted to thank you for this massive change in my life.
Don't thank me.
And they say, I will tell my found family that you said hi.
I cannot express to you how much I don't want that. but it seems to me like you cannot understand more than a couple of words at a time.
They say, I do not understand why you are so upset.
You are enslaving people, you fucking freak. Okay, all right. I fully turn away from them, and I'm like, I can't. I just have to pretend that they're not here.
And they say, as they stand up, they say, very well, I'm confused as to the upset. However, I just wanted to ask one question. Are you at all affiliated with the strange woman that has blown into town?
Oh. Viper. If you say anything more cryptic to me, I'm gonna shoot you. What do you mean? I just got here like 5 minutes ago.
They say, there's been a strange woman skulking about. My spies are well aware of her presence, of course. As I said, nothing happens in no man's land without my knowledge. However, she's new here and arrived shortly before you.
Okay. What do you know what she looks like?
My men have told me strange. She conceals her identity.
Very, very descriptive and helpful.
And they say, very well, if she is not with you, then perhaps I will look more into this. And they make their way out of the tavern.
Hey, wait, let me know, too, about it, because maybe I'm interested.
They say, I thought you were not interested in speaking with me.
Not about found families, but I'll speak with you about other things.
Very well. I will go find more families before next we speak.
No!
And they begin making their way out of the
I
tavern.
throw a bottle at them.
Give me... Are you trying to hit them with it?
No.
What bottle do you throw?
I don't know, just a glass.
You throw one of the glasses Timmy handed you at them, and it shatters on the ground. And Timmy goes, "Mmm!"
I pass him a couple gold.
How much do you pass him?
I don't know. How much do I think a glass is worth?
They were nice glasses.
I give him like 50 gold.
Oh my god! You place 50 gold on the counter, and like he goes from being like to he hands you a few more glasses to throw.
I'm like, thanks, Timmy.
And you actually see Oliver and Merlin come through into the tavern.
Are there less devastating drinks on this menu?
There's rum, there's beer, there's ale, there's mead, there's vodka. There's all the stuff you would expect.
I'd like to buy Oliver and Merlin a drink with some of the 50 gold that I just gave him.
Okay. What drinks?
Whatever I think they would like. Whatever's cheap.
That's what I'm asking you. What do you think they would like?
Oliver, what kind of drinks do you like?
Oliver says, I don't drink a whole lot. I suppose I'll just go with a beer.
Okay. Melon, you're old. What do you want? Like aged wine in an oak barrel or some shit like that?
He
fucking elf.
He says, what, do you think I'm some kind of pussy lease?
Oh, you want straight vodka? I'm like, all right, get this man a straight vodka.
And he says, that actually sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And Timmy looks at you and like looks back at the pile of 50 gold, like unsure if he should take all of it.
Just take it, Timmy. I broke one of your things.
And he scoops it under the counter and gives them their drinks. And Merlin downs it like nothing. And he says, thank you for the starter lease.
Yeah, you're welcome. You just missed a most interesting conversation.
I missed a conversation. What was that?
You know, Viper.
He says, I'm unfamiliar.
All right. Well, there's. I almost called him an Argonian. Dragonborn. Sorry, I've been playing the Elder Scrolls Online. There's a Dragonborn that's stealing families and marrying them. It's a whole thing.
Oliver says, oh no, what?
I don't want to talk about it. There's nothing I can do, honestly, other than killing them.
They say, why are they doing that?
I tried to explain to them a long time ago what a found family was, and they're too stupid to understand, and completely mistook what I said, and now it's too late.
They say, Oh no, Lise, did you convince someone to kidnap people?
I don't know how to tell you that I cannot be responsible for this. It's not my fault that they are the most stupid person to ever live, okay?
Merlin says, I mean, this is Lise we're talking about. It's impressive that only one person is committing heinous crimes after speaking with her.
Shut up, old man.
He says,
I look at Oliver, by the way, and I'm like, so, anyway, about the trial, huh?
Merlin says, yes, so how did that turn out?
Well.
And Oliver is like beet red, by the way. They don't say anything. They're embarrassed.
I just kind of like ruffle their hair. And then I tell them the rest of what happened.
And Merlin says, wow, a divine invasion.
So Harmony bad, right? Like we knew that, but oh my god, worse than I don't know.
They both are quiet for a while, and Merlin says, you know, credit where credit's due, Lise. I don't know that our little band ever had such a calamitous event we were trying to prevent. And you've managed to pull off 2? 3, is it, at this point? There's 3 coming for us, right?
You keep complimenting me about that, and I don't know how to tell you that I don't want to be complimented about that.
Cassandra, being a little tipsy, she says, yeah, I guess there is like 3 separate horrible things we're trying to prevent now. Huh. She reaches for that half bottle of new brew.
I smack her hand and put it in my bag.
Give me a strength contest.
Oh my god. Cassandra, don't fight me about this. Come on. Damn it. I rolled bad. 2.
She definitely snatches it and pours another glass.
You drunk bitch.
And Oliver says, well, I suppose weirdly good timing then, because maybe this will work toward us preventing that.
What do you mean?
They say, well, the Emperor's missing, right?
Right.
And we know that he has one of those keys for the end of the world, right?
Right.
And they say, and we know that he has to do something with the key in Caleban.
Right.
And they say, New Oryn's defenses are the weakest they've ever been right now.
So you think we should go slip in? Or what?
They say, well, with no ships getting through, they've been sending a lot of soldiers down to Haven, and if we, hypothetically, were to try and take back Heaven's Cradle, now would be the time.
Okay. I am down for that, but I do want you to know that there's a vampire lady at the castle, okay? And you remember the bad time that we had fighting her husband. So I just want to make sure that you're prepared.
They say, vampire lady?
Isn't Reginald's wife in Caleban? In Heaven's Cradle?
They say, I have not been keeping tabs on Mrs. Chilvane.
Like, come on, Oliver. Chilvane. Come on.
And Oliver says, I bring all this up because we don't have enough, manpower between the 5 of us, but you have a lot of pull, Lise. So how would you feel about giving a speech?
A speech to who?
Oliver says, well, okay, so we don't have enough manpower between all of us, so you have a lot of pull with pirates, so...
I suppose that is true.
I mean, you're legendary.
Yeah. Yeah. I could probably pull something together.
And Oliver says, how would you feel about giving one today?
Oh my god, today? Like right now? Okay. She goes, all right, nobody talk to me for at least 10 minutes. She pulls out a little notepad and starts writing.
Okay. Merlin says, just say what comes off the dome.
Merlin, you don't want me to say what just comes off the dome.
Oliver says, Merlin, I don't want her to say what comes off the dome. And Merlin says, but I kind of do. And you hear Bedlam from the back of the tavern scream, I also would like to hear. And Cassandra says, so like now, like right now. And Oliver says, I mean, when would be a better time?
How about in a few minutes when I have thought of something to say?
And they say, well, I told a bunch of people to gather people in the town square.
Okay, so you asked a bunch of people to gather before you even asked me if I would give a speech. What if I had said no?
Well, you see, when you made the entrance, everyone came flocking to the town square. Everyone's excited to see you, so I figured it's important to keep the crowd here, right? What I'm saying is there's a crowd in town square who are excited to see the Dread Pirate Phoenix.
All right, fine. I guess I'll just pull something out of my ass, Oliver, and we'll see how good that goes. Come on, everyone.
And Merlin says,
stand up.
Merlin says, oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. Lise, are you upset at Oliver for springing something on you that you weren't expecting?
Shut up. I don't want to hear anything out of you, old man. Come on, let's go.
He says, no, I want to make sure that I understand. You seem upset, and I just want to make sure that's why you're upset. You're upset that Oliver's springing something on you.
Shut up. I'm like already walking away. I pull Foxblood out from under the table, and I'm like, come on, you.
He's rolling, and he's doing that thing where he's kind of like stopping you from moving too quickly by like having like part of like his like arm like reached out in front of you while he's talking, like hand gesturing. And Oliver's on the other side of you, and he says, no, I just think this is a really interesting moment for you two to learn more about each other. Just Lise, I just want to make sure I understand. Is that why you're upset? I think we should talk about this. It's important for relationships to have good communication.
Do you want me to give this speech or not? I'm confused.
And Oliver says, that is a good point. I am curious why you're upset, Lise.
If you don't get out of my way, I'm never speaking to either of you ever again, and you could get fucked. Your speech could get fucked.
Merlin's trying really hard not to laugh, and he says, I just think it'd be very important for us to have this conversation, but we'll table it for another time. He says, I'll remember this for later in case, something like this comes up again, and then we can discuss and talk about how we feel about this.
You two are the worst.
And you guys leave the tavern. And you find that, like Oliver said, there's a lot of people gathered in the town square. And you actually find that they've stacked a few large crates on top of each other, making sort of a makeshift stage.
She's like, great.
And Oliver says, well, you're the main attraction, so I figure I'll go up first and get them ready.
Okay. She's like dusting herself off. She adjusts her eye patch.
Oliver steps up onto the crates, and people start shouting,
Where's the Dread Pirate Phoenix? We heard she was here!
I'm like standing off to the side, like I'm right here.
And someone else says,
Put her on stage! Who's this fucking guy,
and they slowly all quiet down as Oliver begins to speak, and they say, oh, I assure you all, don't worry. The Dread Pirate Phoenix will be speaking momentarily. I any good act needs an opener, right? And the crowd's kind of quiet. And they say, you all are familiar with myself. I'm Oliver. I'm the one who's been posting all those bounties on Oryn ships. And the crowd kind of mutters to each other. And one of them says, oh yeah, I know them. They got me enough money for a brand new ship. And Oliver says, well, I'm here to bring you all a brand new, very lucrative opportunity. And they say, I'm proposing the largest raid in Ameris history. And all the pirates are quiet now. They heard largest raid in history, and they are immediately captivated. And they say, as you know, there's been mutterings, whisperings about the defenses of Heaven's Cradle. A lot of people have been talking about how easy it would be for the Resistance to strike it. Well, why wait for the Resistance? Why shouldn't the people take their opportunity? And the crowd starts muttering, and you hear someone say, yeah, there's probably a lot of gold in their palace. And another, you hear mutter, yeah, I bet they got lots of valuable jewels in there, a lot of royal, jewels. And Oliver says, right now is the perfect opportunity, and I can say that with confidence. Oryn hasn't been able to move ships across sea in months. They're aching. And as any good pirate knows, you wait for your enemy to be at their weakest. I've never led any of you astray. And folks, let me tell you, if we pull this off, Oryn's not going to give us any trouble here in No Man's Land ever again. And I mean it when I say, this will be the largest score in history. I used to serve in the palace. Not many of you know that, do you? There's muttering in the crowd. You kind of get the sentiment that they're like, wait a second, Oliver's a traitor? And Oliver says, many years ago, but I know how valuable everything is inside there. I'm your man on the inside. And I can confidently say that even after splitting up the bounty between each and every pirate, it's going to be a huge score. You said you got a new ship because of me? Try a new fleet. And the pirates are all kind of starting to really perk up. Now you see like a gleam in their eyes. And Oliver says, we have a sign-up sheet ready for you all. Anyone who wants to join the raid is welcome. But That's enough from me. Let me bring on the real reason you're all here. My friend, the Dread Pirate Phoenix. And they step back, and the crowd immediately like explodes into it's her! The Dread Pirate Phoenix!
I think Lise walks to the front and kind of stands there for a minute. She's doing her best to look like how she feels like she should look to them, like kind of menacing, but like also like not like.
You have your eye patch on?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
12.
With advantage?
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 2.
Oh no. One of them says, "Oh my god, she's so scary." And another one says, "Not as scary as I thought though. Weird. I thought she'd be taller."
I used my minor illusion to make my one eye that's not in the eye patch like fire.
Another one says, "Why is she casting spells on her eye?"
Okay, all right. I turn it off. I'm like, all right.
The crowd is amped up and ready for you to speak.
I think I like hold my hand out for them to like be quiet.
They slowly simmer down.
Not a great start, but she says, she says, "Thank you, Oliver, for that wonderful introduction. I, of course, am the Dread Pirate Phoenix." And then she kind of motions like this, and she says, "Gather and hear my words."
The crowd like packs closer to the stage.
She says, "In light of what Oliver has said, I feel there is only so much I can say about the actual proceedings of this raid, but there is something I would like to ask of you." And she kind of poses a question to the crowd. And she says, "Many of you have been pirates for a long time. Some of you perhaps are newer. Some perhaps have been pirates since you were born, raised possibly here on No Man's Land or on a ship.
I was born with a peg leg!
You're damn right." And she says, "So if anybody should know the answer to this question, it should be all of you. Tell me, what are pirates best at?"
Killing!
Killing.
Murdering!
Murdering. What else?
Manslaughter!
Manslaughter, okay. She says,
Decapitation!
she says, "All right." She says, "All right."
Dismemberment!
Okay. And then she says, "Let's add stealing, huh? Plundering,
Stealing!
pillaging."
Pillaging!
And then she says, "Maybe," and then she kind of laughs, she says, "maybe even singing."
Singing's alright.
She says, don't undersell yourself. Pirate shanties are known the world over."
Yeah, singing's pretty good, but I prefer the killing and stealing.
Right. And she says, well, do you want to know what I think pirates are best at? And she does that thing. No, she does that thing where, it's like there's a moment in I think it's Brooklyn Nine-Nine where essentially they're like, when giving a speech, you have to hold the command of the room. Like they have to be so enraptured in what you're saying that you can take a drink and no one will speak or say anything. You don't lose their focus. And so I feel like she's trying to have that command of the crowd.
Give me a performance check.
Performance 14.
You kind of have them, but like occasionally they still will say like different things. They're trying to answer your question.
They're rowdy pirates. That makes sense.
What? We're good at repairing cannonball holes.
She says, possibly. But then she says, I think that pirates are best at creating legends. And she's kind of like, I don't know, like analyzing the crowd. Like
they have fallen silent after she says creating legends.
I feel like a good speaker looks at their audience. And so I feel like she's like looking at them, looking at their faces. And she says, think about it. There are countless tales of pirates across the world. Parents tell their children the fantastical tales of pirates and the tales of the legendary bounties and raids, and that spirit is alive and well across the world.
One of them cries out and says, I'm gonna be a legend one day!
And she says, and that day might not be far off. You don't have to kill a god to become a legend. You can, but that's not the only way.
We're gonna kill God?
She says, I've already done that. She says, that's in the past. Look to your future. And she says, let me pose this to you. Close your eyes.
They all close their eyes.
She says, wow. She says, think of the most fantastical pirate's tale that you know. Think of how it's made you feel, or how it made you feel the first time you heard it. And now, compare it with the tale of a pirate army storming the gates and taking down a tyrannical, rich, fat government who stole your land and taking their riches for your own. Now, I don't know about you. That sounds like the makings of a legend to me.
They all start erupting. One of them says,
I had a shed here in no man's land before they burned it to the ground.
and another cries out,
I was gonna get a farm in Caleban, but then they sunk my ship.
She says, we can do unto them tenfold what they have done to us. We can take Caleban back. You can have those dreams you thought were lost. If you follow me, I will lead you to victory.
you say that, and they all like start drawing their swords and clubs and shit and raising them to the sky, and they cry out,
For the sea banshee!
and
then
you
she
hear
says-
similar sentiments through the audience.
Yeah, and then she says, "For Caleban!" She raised her.
They say,
Oh yeah, Caleban's cool too, but for plunder!
Yeah, it's just for money.
And the crowd is like rushing the stage now. More of them
Oh,
are like
God.
trying to get you to like sign their weapons and stuff.
Okay, all right. She's like doing like as much as she can.
And Oliver kind of like elbows you a little bit and says, mention the sign-up sheets.
Oh, and then she goes, as she's like saying things, she goes, okay, now go sign up. All right, sign up sheets in the back. Okay, all right, yep. There you go. Fantastic. Okay, yep. Oh, signing your forehead. Okay, great. Sign up sheets in the back.
Someone says,
Oh, she signed my forehead! I'm never washing this forehead again!
Oh, God.
and they start swarming Oliver for quills for the sign-up sheet. Yeah, you are just swarmed by pirates getting you to sign things.
Great. Yeah, I don't know. I sign as many as they want.
There's so many of them.
I'm like, all right.
How long do you
I've
keep
got
signing
2
for?
pens. I sign for a while, and then after a while, I'm like, all right, fuck off. I'll sign later.
They say, well, are you gonna be there at the raid? Are you gonna sign things at the raid?
I'm gonna lead the raid, and when we win, I'll sign things then. How about that?
They say, oh, what if I don't survive though?
I'll sign your gravestone.
Oh, she's gonna sign my gravestone. And do you leave the stage? Where do you go?
Yeah, I leave. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go now. Oliver's busy.
You step down off these crates, and Merlin like shoots you a thumbs up, and you actually see your dad behind this stage, and he says, "Damn, you're even better at giving speeches than me."
I pulled that out of my ass.
And he says, "Well, they're amped up, so I think you did good."
Yeah. Like, we will pay them, but I feel like we need the money in Caleban, right? So, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna leave that to Oliver to figure out. They're the one who suggested that they are gonna get paid a bunch of money.
He says, I mean, between you and me, I don't know that Caliban's ever going to be what it once was.
And that's all right. But once we take down Oryn, you know.
I think
Well-
something new is going to be born from the ashes of everything.
Well, that's cryptic. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, governments fall, and then new ones are born from that.
So, what do you think will happen when we take back Caleban?
Says, I don't know. I try to think one day at a time.
That's fair. I've been trying to think like that too recently because of all of the shit that's happening to me. Oh, did I tell you I went to Divine Court?
Says, I heard, and I didn't even get an invitation.
You didn't want to be there. You didn't want to be there.
He says, you faced off against the gods and won your case?
Yeah, but I look at Cassandra out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, I almost died. I don't think you want to see that.
He says, I don't know that it's possible for you to die. And he tussles your hair.
She says, no, like my brain was melting out of my nose. Anyway.
And he says, we don't have a whole lot of brains in this family anyway.
Okay. First of all, speak for yourself.
He says, you're my daughter. Where do you think you got your brain from?
Yeah, well, certainly not my mother. Oh, and she says, oh yeah, I saw some of those elven gods there that she was always prattling on about, and they didn't give a shit about me any more than I gave a shit about them. So, yeah, so much for worshipping them, right?
He says, so where are we at in the old sea banshee shanty here?
What?
I mean, we gotta update the legend.
Oh, we do?
You faced
Why?
off against the gods.
I didn't write the song, and I don't have the authority, the time, or the skill to edit it, quite frankly.
And Cassandra and Helga walk up, and Helga says, we are taking away anti-friendship city.
Yes.
Cassandra says, I told her that that the people in Heaven's Cradle hate friendship, and she's
They
just
do.
going with that.
They do hate friendship. That's
We
why they
cannot
took this.
people who do not like friendship in Heaven's Cradle.
Yeah, they stole it from us, and that's why we haven't been back there. So we got to take it back from them because friendship is important.
The people here are very friendly. I think we are on the right side.
Yes, I think so too, Helga.
As she says that, there's two guys like beating the shit out of each other off to the side.
She's like, yeah, those guys love each other. They're great
Says,
friends.
Those are friendship punches.
Yes.
She says,
All right.
why do we never do friendship punches?
Helga, your fist is the size of my head. If you gave me a friendship punch, I'm positive that you would kill me.
And Cassandra says, it's because you're the leader, Helga, and you're a little too strong to give friendship punches.
Yeah.
You gotta take it easy on everyone who follows you.
Yeah.
Says, oh, okay. Helga is too strong of leader. Helga is too good at being leader of this band of friends.
I love Helga. Yeah, I think Lisa just pats her on the arm. She's like, yeah, Helga.
And Cassandra says, so, about that strange woman.
Right. I look at Oliver and Merlin and I'm like, after Viper was done telling me that he was kidnapping people, he also mentioned, or their pronouns are they, right? Okay, their pronouns, God, fuck, my brain is turning to soup. They told me that their spies noticed a strange woman around, that she was, they were very descriptive, saying that she was a very strange woman and that she disguises her identity. So very helpful. But also they said that she was new, like they hadn't seen her before. And I told them to keep me updated or apprised of the situation, but I don't trust them at all. So
Cassandra says, well, I asked them more about it, and they said that she's been skulking around the chapel nearby. You want to go check it out?
yeah, all right, why not?
And as you're about to set out, you actually get stopped by another familiar face. You see Goldtooth again.
Oh my god.
And they say, fantastic speech! Might I get a few words?
When was the last time I saw? Was it at
It was at the palace, the Cerulean circle.
Yeah. Hey,
Or Citadel.
buddy. Oh, but he didn't know it was me.
Mm-hmm.
And what was he doing there?
Was just kind of at the party, interviewing people.
I heard you.
Interviewed you. While
Hey,
you
bro.
were.
Yeah, Carmela.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. I heard little bird told me you were at the Emperor's palace. What the fuck was that about, huh?
Says, oh, I'm a reporter for the Oryn Sun now. I formerly was working for the Caleban Courier, but unfortunately the Caleban Courier has fallen apart.
Great. So, why are you not dead?
What do you mean?
Why do these pirates not kill you for working for Oryn?
I'm a reporter. I don't work for anyone.
You just said that you work for the Oryn Sun,
That's a publication. I don't work for Oryn.
but it's called the Oryn Sun.
Yeah, but it's not
Is it
owned
not?
by Oryn.
What?
It's just a
It's not-
newspaper.
It's not owned by Oryn, but it's called the Oryn Sun?
It's based out of Oryn. What the hell do you want us to call it? The Caleban Sun? We're not operating out of Caleban.
Okay, it's based in Oryn, but Oryn doesn't own it?
No.
You're a confusing little man.
What are you
anyway,
talking about? Newspapers aren't always owned by the government. That would be a fascist state.
well, Oryn is a fascist state.
Just don't give them any ideas.
Okay, anyway. Oh yeah, here, Oryn's gonna get ideas about being fascist. Yeah, I'm sure. What the fuck do you want? I forgot. What did you even say to me? I completely got lost in
They
whatever
say,
the fuck we were just talking
Can we get a few words for the Oryn Sun?
Oh, about what?
About your speech, about everything that just happened.
Oh, I look at Oliver.
They take out their notepad. Oliver is swarmed with people right now, taking sign-up information. They have a notepad out, and they say, quickly, Sea Banshee, what can you tell us about that day at the Grand Tyrian Cathedral?
I look at Merlin.
Merlin is also up near Oliver.
Son of a bitch.
They're waiting with bated breath.
At least looks at Cassandra.
Cassandra doesn't know what to say. She just looks back at you.
I cast message on Cassandra, and I'm like, okay, we won our case, right? Am I allowed to say that I killed Tyr on purpose now? Or
You should tell him that you killed the god on purpose and you burned the church to the ground of your own volition.
no, I don't think I should say that.
Cassandra replies in your mind, and she says, I don't know how it's going to be received.
Right. Should I
And-
just say no comment?
She says, I think no comment is in and of itself a comment, so it's up to you.
Sorry, that's a good idea. Sorry, for legal reasons, I cannot comment currently on that.
They say, oh, are you being sued by the Oryn government? Are you currently wrapped up in
No.
litigation with the Tyrian Templars?
Not with the Tyrian Templars. Think a little higher.
The Oryn government?
A little higher.
The world government? Is there a world government?
Little higher.
What?
Okay, that's all the time I have. Goodbye.
Wait, no, Sea Banshee, were you truly responsible for the death of the god Tyr?
I'm under NDA. I have to go.
Were you responsible for the death of the god Tyr? Were the Templars truly involved in heretical practices?
That's true. Yes, they were. And then I leave.
Why were they involved in heretical practices? What was the motivation?
I leave.
They're following you. They're trying to get information for their
Bro,
paper.
leave me alone. I'm like, all right, you asked for it. Helga, this man hates friendship.
You guys have stepped away from that crowd a little bit, and you say that, and you like the air goes instantly stale, and Helga says, "What?"
And she says, I think that you need to convince him why friendship is important.
He says, I'm just interviewing for the Oryn Sun. Quick, Sea Banshee, why did you burn the cathedral to the ground? What was the motivation?
Listen to him. He hates friendship. You really need to give him a talking to, Helga.
He says, hate friendship? Hate friendship? She draws her maul.
You better run, little man.
She steps forward and says, you are anti-friendship? And Goldtooth says, I don't think particularly so.
Lisa's just standing behind Helga like, you better run, little man.
She takes her maul, squeezes the handle, so that it activates and swings multiple attacks on Goldtooth.
He should have run.
Both of which hit. She enters a rage and screams, "For friendship!" And does. 23 damage to this man.
Nice.
He is launched across the ground and hits a wall, blood pouring out of his mouth, and slumps down, no longer moving.
I pat her on the back. I'm like, all right, Helga, I think you learned a lesson. Let's go.
She says, okay, he is no longer anti-friendship. He likes friendship now?
Yeah, you taught him a good lesson.
Oh, okay. Blood is just falling out of his mouth.
I take the rest of the... How much liquid is left in the bottle of Timmy's brew?
You have a bottle and a half bottle.
I pour some of the half bottle into his mouth in the hopes that it will heal him a little bit so he doesn't die, and then I leave.
All right, you dump out a fourth, so you have a bottle and a fourth of a bottle left.
Nice.
You don't see any reaction, but all right, it goes down his throat.
I don't know, maybe it saved him, or maybe he's just dead, but that's all right. I tried. I brush my hands and leave like nothing happened. This is a lawless pirate land. This can't be unnatural for here.
All right. You leave Goldtooth slumped in a fucking pile against a wall.
Yeah, that guy must have pissed someone off.
And you make your way in the direction of that old ruined chapel. And you do end up finding kind of outside of town, kind of up a hill. There was indeed an old chapel up here that was built a couple of years ago, but it looks like it has since been torn down. Seemingly a chapel for soldiers in Frontier Harbor to pay their respects to the god Tyr.
Oh God! Now, yeah, fucking glad it's burned down. Fuck this place, or not burned down, but torn down.
And you walk up and you see just like there's like an archway in front of you for like a doorway, but the door is on the ground. There's like bricks strewn everywhere. And there's like cannonball holes from the raids that took place. What do you do?
I look around. We're looking for that lady, right? Do I see her anywhere?
If you enter these ruins, you do in fact see a woman. in the ruins.
Am I supposed to
And-
be looking at the chapel ruins? Okay. I see. Never mind.
Yep. Yes, you do see at these ruins that woman. She is clad in a black robe. Her face is sort of obscured from the sun, but you see like glowing yellow eyes under the hood. And she is wielding a staff very similar to yours.
Does she see us as we come in?
She was seated on like this broken old desk, this broken old like little what are they called? Like the stage like thing. She's sort of leaning against it, and she says, "Perfectly right on time."
Oh, is it? Am I perfectly right on time? You were just sitting here waiting for me to show up like a fucking psychopath that you are? Yeah, that tracks. Where's my bird, you fucking bitch?
She says, "There is no need to worry. Helia is alive and well."
Is that so? Yeah. Sorry if I don't take your word for it. I'd like
She
to see
says-
some proof that she's alive.
She says, "Apologies, but you will have to trust me on that."
That's the last thing I'll do.
She says, "Lise, I have no desire to harm you."
That's really funny. Wow, comedian. Horrible, awful necromancer and comedian. Wow. That's not a combination you see often.
And they say, "Lise, if I wanted you dead, you would be dead by now."
I'm sure. So,
She stands up straight and steps forward to these stairs, and she says, "Lise, I had you frozen in time for a reason."
of course, your grand plan that you fail to share with even your most devout followers.
She says,
I hope it's worth it.
She says, "You are referring to Varric, correct?" Says, "Varric does not need to know everything."
Is that why you've done whatever it is to him? Why he's not
Says-
truly himself?
Says, "That is not what we're here to discuss. Varric is a discussion for another day.
You don't deny it. Interesting.
I could have killed you in that church that day, and yet I did not. Have you asked yourself why?"
Because, as Varric so elegantly put it, you're all playing some grand chess game, and I'm one of the pieces.
She says,
You need me for something.
"Precisely. I need you. And I think you are well aware of that by now." She says, "But your friends, not so much. So, let us be cordial. I do not wish to kill your friends."
Okay.
And she
What do you
says-
wish?
She says, "You and I have a common enemy."
In Oryn?
In Oryn, yes, but another unknown fourth party.
The one who took the hammer, I presume.
Precisely. She says, "You do know what the hammer does, yes?"
Yes.
And she lowers her hood while she's looking at you and talking to you. And you finally get like a clear glimpse of her face. This elf woman, her skin looks sickly. And she's got like cracks all across the surface of her face. And as you notice that, you realize that her hand also has those weird veiny cracks, all of which are black, emanating out from her eyes, her mouth. And you were right. Her eyes are glowing yellow.
She says, necromancy's an ugly look on you.
She says, I have no need for aesthetics.
I can see that.
And she says, you and I need to ally, Lise.
So, let me get this straight. Just let me see if I understand correctly. If I may. You steal my patron. You send Varric after me. You freeze me in time for 5 years. You've done something to Quinn's body. And you won't give me any proof that Helia is alive. You've given me no reason to trust you other than the fact that you could have killed me. Which thus only proves you need me for something. And I am supposed to trust you. Have I got that right?
She says, to be clear, Lise, I do not need you to ally with me. It would merely make things significantly easier.
Well, let me hear your proposition then. I've come all this way.
She says, when the time comes, you will be the one to recover the hammer.
Okay.
I ask that you bring it to me immediately.
And why on God's green earth would I do that?
She says, because it would be far easier than killing Helia and bringing you to me.
I see. Blackmail.
Precisely.
Classy.
I have no need for manners.
I can see.
She says, Lise, what do you know of me?
Other than you're a conniving, ugly bitch? Well, I've been told by people the world over that I should be terrified of you. That you're supposedly one of the strongest spellcasters alive, or whatever your state of existence is. I'm not sure alive cuts it. Undead, perhaps?
She says,
Ugly, prolonged life?
She says, it is a bold move to continue insulting my appearance when one looks such as you. Now, Lise.
You said you have no need for aesthetics, so I just assumed you would not mind.
She says, I do not. Lise, why did I become so powerful? Why have I dedicated myself to becoming the way I am?
You have a goal to achieve?
Precisely. What is that goal?
Enlighten me.
She says, you have suffered, yes?
Have I suffered?
Yes.
Sure.
She says, have you watched all of your people slaughtered before your very eyes? Everyone you have ever known murdered in cold blood? Have you watched your spouse his neck slit and head crushed beneath the boot of a soldier? Have you watched your children burn on pyres? Have you watched an entire kingdom destroyed in the blink of an eye? Have you watched the horrors of war up close countless times, so many that you simply cannot keep count any longer? Everyone I have ever known was murdered by Oryn, by war. And the war keeps coming. I have dedicated my life to stopping the destruction, to stopping the ceaseless death. And yet, as powerful as I am, I have failed. Why have I failed?
I couldn't say.
Because war is inevitable. There will always be the rich and wealthy looking to become richer and wealthier. There will always be powerful figures looking to snuff out the lives of those weaker and feebler than them. I cannot stop war because it is in mortal nature, Lys. What will happen when we defeat Oryn?
I assume then whatever plan you have will take effect.
And if it doesn't?
Life will go on.
A new conquest will begin. Oryn will rise anew, perhaps even under a different name. But I am old enough to have witnessed all 5 conquests in person. They do not stop, Lys. War does not stop.
War might always come, but is peace not worth fighting for?
And what is peace, if not just a temporary delayment of war?
But if it can bring respite, is it not worth it?
Will respite bring back my spouse, my children, my people, everyone I've ever known, everyone that I fought for after that, everyone who died? No, it will not. We must stop war.
In my opinion, perhaps you have been alive for too long, and your bitterness and resentment has spoiled you from the inside out.
This whole conversation has had a dead gaze in her eyes. But for a brief moment, you see like her brows furrow for just a moment and her grip tightened on her staff. And she says, "You know not the gravity of the suffering I have endured."
I know the gravity of the suffering I am trying to prevent. And that you seem to be trying to continue. You say you're trying to stop war. And how will you do that, I wonder?
From the Reformation will come a better world. I'm sure you are aware of Oryn's harmony, yes? The Emperor is short-sighted. He sees his harmony as the end goal. No, that is not a peaceful world. That is a subjugated world. I want to rebuild a better world.
And if I might ask, what does your better world look like?
Nothing like ours.
That is not an answer.
She steps forward a bit, and she says, "Do I have permission to touch my staff to your forehead? I will show you the world." She says, "I reiterate, if I wanted to kill you, Lise, you would already be dead."
Why not? If I die here, I'm sure it'll be a very fun funeral.
She steps forward, and like you notice as she's stepping that like you're not certain her feet are like fully touching the ground. She almost seems like incredibly light, and as she comes closer, she reaches her staff forward and touches it to your forehead, and you feel a spell cast. And she says, "When you slumber this evening, you will see, and hopefully you will understand."
I look forward to it. Now, back to the blackmail, I believe.
She says, "You have questions."
How you want me to get this hammer? Where is it?
She says, "If I knew where the hammer was, Lise, I would not be asking your cooperation. In fact, I would have killed you by now."
So if you can't find it, what makes you think I can?
Because it is your destiny.
Right. Destiny. I've met Fate recently. Can't say I'm a fan.
She says, "You will be the one to find it. No one else. I will find you after you have. Your choice is simple. Provide it to me without question, and Helia will be released. Or you could attempt to keep it from me, in which case Helia will die, and I will pursue you."
Very well. I understand I will see your new world in my dreams tonight. But before you depart, I should ask. In this new world, you say it is nothing like this one. Are you in it? Are any of us? Or is it brand new?
She says, "That will be up to us at the time of the Reformation."
You say the Emperor is your enemy.
Precisely. His family is responsible for every last drop of suffering I have endured.
What do you know of him?
What would you like to know?
What is he?
Her gaze narrows and she says, "Do I have a guarantee of your cooperation?"
I'll find the hammer.
"And you will provide it to me?"
Or suffer the consequences.
She says, "If you're going to be cryptic, then our conversation is done. I have no use for pawns that do not obey.
Oh, well, you've picked hell of a pawn. See, I don't like the rules. Never have. It's the cost of having an overbearing mother.
She reaches out a hand, and those cracks in her skin kind of start glowing gold. And she holds it out for a handshake, and she says, "Do I have your guarantee that you will assist me?"
Only if you will also tell me of Bedlam.
She says, "What would you like to know?"
What is he?
He is not what he says he is.
I have assumed.
That is almost the extent of what I know.
Are you being cryptic now as well?
Yes.
If I shake your hand, will the cryptic go away?
Cassandra's looking at her hand and she says, "I think this is a bad idea." She's like
Cassandra.
staring into your soul.
Oh, Cassandra. My life is a plethora of bad ideas. Don't you know me at all?
She says, "Don't do this."
I will find your hammer. I will kill the Emperor. And when the time comes, we shall see about your reformation. Good day. And I turn and leave.
She lowers her hand after you say that, and she says, "Very well. You will not obey. Then I will give you no further information. Good luck."
Sorry, babe. Not in my blood.
She says,
I adjust my hat.
she says, "It is unfortunate that you have sealed Helia's fate." And she steps away.
I leave.
You step away from...
Hold on, wait. One quick thing before we go. I think... I see. Never mind.
You step away from that chapel. If you turn to look back at it, you realize that Sepulchre is nowhere to be seen inside the ruins. Cassandra says, "I thought for a second you were going to shake her hand."
So did I.
She says, "What do you think she is?"
I don't know. And frankly, I don't really give a shit. But she has to die. And that's for sure.
She says, "Can she die?"
I'm sure we'll find out.
Helga speaks up and she says, "Who was that lady?"
That is the lady who stole our dear friend Helia and really, really hates friendship.
She stole
And-
baby bird?
Hmm.
We have to stop her!
We will.
Come
In
back
our own-
here! And she charges at the chapel.
No, Helga, she's gone. Come
she
on.
pulls out her maul and says, "Where you go? Where are you?
Come on.
Bring back baby bird!"
Let's go, Helga. She's gone.
She's like running around the chapel ruins again and like banging her hammer on like the bricks and saying, "Come out, scary lady!"
I feel like Lisa Cassandra like drag her back to the tavern. They're like, all right, like she's gone. We'll fight her another day.
She says, "But spooky lady has baby bird. We have to save baby bird."
We are just not by fighting her yet.
She says, Is she big anti-friendship bad guy? Biggest bad guy of all?"
I don't know, but she's up there.
Says, "There is even bigger anti-friendship bad guy than her?"
Well, for now, let's just focus on the Emperor, right? He really, really, really hates friendship.
Who
Focus
hates
on-
friendship more, her or him? Helga need to have tier list of who hate friendship most.
Let's do this. The Emperor hates the friendship the most for now, and she's like number 2 on that list. And then once both of them are gone, we'll see who's left, okay?
So Emperor is in charge of her.
No, they're opposed, but they both don't like friendship.
Many faction of bad guy?
Yes.
Oh, this is hurting Helga head.
You let me worry about that, Helga. I'll tell you who doesn't like friendship, and you can go from there. How about that?
She says, Helga did stop other anti-friendship bad guys. She do same thing when she see that lady again.
No. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
When
Let's go.
Helga see that lady, she hit first and ask questions later.
No. No.
Helga
Let's
break weird lady head.
Helga, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that lady can die. At least not right now. So.
She says, oh, Helga will be judge of this.
Okay, great.
You have not seen Helga hit her in head with hammer.
All right. Well, let's go for now. She's gone.
Where do you go?
Back to the tavern.
You head back to the Baskin Flask. It's slowly approaching afternoon, mid-afternoon. There is still not quite like peak hours or anything, but so things are still kind of dead in here.
Is Oliver here?
They are not.
Oh, I wanted to go back to Oliver and Merlin.
They are still distracted with sign-up sheets.
Okay, well, I don't know what to do then.
Okay.
What time is it? Is it bedtime?
It is not bedtime. It's like early to mid-afternoon.
Oh
Do
my
you
god.
just hang out at the tavern?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what else to do. I need to tell Merlin and Oliver about what just happened. And then I need to go to bed and have that dream. So until then, is there a shop? Is there somewhere I can get money? And then is there a shop?
It's somewhere you can get money?
I need money to buy potions.
How are you getting the money?
I don't know.
There is not a shop.
Did
There is not a
Goldtooth
shop
have a
that will
coin
give
purse?
you money.
Did Goldtooth have a coin purse?
You loot Goldtooth.
Did he have a coin purse?
He had a coin purse with 29 gold inside.
Oh, only 29. All right. And take it.
Okay, you fucking steal from his body. Okay. This poor guy. He gets made fun of the first time you see him, and then you kill him.
He shouldn't have been asking me all those questions, okay? I already said no. All right? No means no.
You know what? That's a hard stance for you to take, Seth. First here on Pull for Initiative, we are so anti-journalism. We are in favor of killing journalists when they ask us questions.
No. Not me, Lise.
Okay,
I'm allowed to be separate from my character.
Uh-huh.
Is there a potion shop around?
Sure. There's different merchants peddling different things. There's a pirate nearby selling miscellaneous plunder. It's not really organized like a shop. He's kind of just like got like bags of stuff and he's selling it to people on the street.
Hey, dude, you got any potions?
Hey, what kind of potions you looking for, eh?
Healing.
Hey, you want all the glowy red ones? Those ones make me feel real good.
They say,
oh, let's see here. We got the little ones. They're kind of like a dark red, and then they got the round ones that are kind of they're kind of a little brighter red. We got let's see, and he's like rummaging through the bag. He says, I got a little diamond shaped one. It's kind of glowing a bit.
Do I recognize what the different like I've had all of the different levels of healing potion at one time. Can I recognize what they look like?
Yeah, he pulls out the small one that he says, oh, it's kind of dark red. You recognize that it's a lesser potion of healing. He pulls out the spherical one and he says, this one, it kind of is like a brighter red, and it's a greater potion of healing. And he says, and then we got this diamond one. It's kind of like he like holds up his hand to it. He's like, look, my hand's kind of red when it's nearby it. It kind of glows a little bit. It's a real cool parlor trick. You can take it out at night. And you recognize that to be a superior potion of healing.
How much for the round one and the diamond one?
It says, the round one, I'll run you 300.
Do you know who I am?
It says, no.
Can I roll intimidation?
Sure.
That is... I got a 21. And so I just lean in and I say, I'm the Dread Pirate Phoenix.
Says, oh, are you really? Oh, quick, sing the shanty.
I can't do that.
What? You're a Dread Pirate Phoenix, but you don't know your own shanty?
I know the shanty. I'm not going to sing it right now.
He says, well, listen, lady, you're really scary, but I don't know that you're the Dread Pirate Phoenix. That's a pretty big claim.
I
give me
look down at myself.
Give me a persuasion check.
I feel like intimidation should have covered this, but whatever. Wait. 16. Lucky for me, I got better on my persuasion, so get fucked.
Okay.
You're at 24.
He says,
oh, you're probably trying to keep a low profile. I get it. Yeah, you don't want a whole bunch of people trying to run up on you.
I was signing a lot of autographs earlier.
Cool. So you're keeping a low profile. Got it. Anyway, You know what? For the Dread Pirate Phoenix, I could drop to 250.
250?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of demand for these little things. I need to make some kind of money back.
And where did you get this potion?
From a raid. Like any good pirate.
Right, so you did not pay for them.
I spent resources getting them. Do you not know how? Oh, come on! You're the Dread Pirate Phoenix. You know how business works around here. You gotta spend money to make money.
All right, nope, I get it. I just leave. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
I don't have 250.
Says, you're not gonna buy any. Okay, how about this? I drop it as low as 200 for you, just to say I sold to the Dread Pirate Phoenix.
For the little one or the diamond one?
For the circle one. Diamond
What
one's a
about
little
the-
more expensive.
How much is the diamond one?
Normally it's 1,000, but I drop it down to 500 for you.
Oh my god, no. Okay, fine. I throw my coin purse at him and I take the circle one.
Okay. That's 200 gold that you're out.
Yeah.
Says, I just sold at a loss right there, but now I get to tell everyone I sold to the sea banshee.
How
Hey
would,
guys, I sold to the sea banshee.
Oh my god. You couldn't wait until I was gone?
And someone says, you sold to the sea banshee? Yeah, I sold to the sea banshee. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey, she's still over here.
Oh, I run. How much is a greater potion of healing?
Greater potion of healing is 44 plus 4.
Okay. I switch the bottle around to Cassandra and I'm like, this is gonna save your life one day. I just know it.
She says that actually was not a bad deal.
Yeah. I was hoping to scare him into giving it to me for like half price, but whatever.
I mean, you said 350. He gave it to you for 200. That is almost half price.
Oh. I thought he said 300. Whatever. I can't even remember what he said. Okay. Anyway, fine. A steal. I probably could have just stolen these from him. It's fine. It's fine.
And what do you do now?
Is there anything else we need to do, Cassandra? Like, we gotta figure out where the hammer went. I don't know
Finish
how to
off
do that.
bottle.
You are an addict. I think I need to cut you off.
She says, I had a half a bottle.
Okay, but it
Not
has
even. I had like a couple sips of the first half.
It has healing properties, Cassandra. We should save it. What if you're dying and I need to fucking save your life again?
Or what if I'm having an aneurysm from talking to Sepulcher?
Well, then I really don't think you should drink it then.
She goes, oh, my head. I'm taking so much damage right now.
No. Absolutely not. No. I mean, yeah, we need to wait for Merlin and Oliver, and I need to have that dream, so I don't really have anything else to do currently.
She says, all right, why not get a table at the tavern?
Okay.
You guys do so. You kind of wait until the evening, and kind of just hang out toward the back, waiting for Oliver and Merlin to be done. And eventually, Oliver does arrive, but not with Merlin. Give me just a second. Yeah, the tavern slowly picks up more and more as the evening hours come up, and you find out this place really is bustling in the late afternoon. And Oliver walks in the door and finds you at the back. and they say, "Oh, sorry about all that. There were a lot more. I did not expect that many people to sign up. I think we might actually have a chance at this."
Great. That's really, really good to hear. I'm glad that we have, as much of a chance as we can get is, important. So I met Sepulchre.
They say, "You what?"
Yeah, I relay everything that happened.
They say, "So she's trying to make a deal with you."
Yeah, she's blackmailing me, first of all.
They say, "Well, I'm glad that you didn't shake her hand."
I suppose when I have this dream tonight, I shall let you know what her dream for a new world is.
They say, "Yeah, keep me posted on that." So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna actually, give the hammer to her when you find it?
I don't know.
They say, she said she's gonna get it either way, right?
Well, that's what she said. Obviously she's very powerful. And she has Helia. So, doesn't seem like I have much of a choice. But if I do give it to her, she's going to use it to do the apocalypse, which we are trying to stop. So.
And Oliver says, "Well, if we can get the spear before that, maybe it won't matter if she has the hammer." You see, stress washing over Oliver's face.
Where's Merlin?
They said, he's actually going through the shops and getting ready for tomorrow because we're setting out. There's so many pirates that are so amped and ready for this. We figured, why wait? We have everyone here now. Why not head in now?
Fair. I'm just concerned about the order in which I should be prioritizing the things that are happening. Obviously, retaking Caleban is important, but so is finding the person who took the hammer and getting that. So is stopping the Emperor and getting his spear. You're correct. If we stop the Emperor and get his spear, then it doesn't matter if she has the hammer. But it bothers me that someone else has the hammer right now and we don't know who that is. There are just a lot of unknown variables, and I don't know. I feel stuck because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to look. I don't know where to even begin.
They say, Helia said that the keys have to be turned in Heaven's Cradle, right?
Yes.
So if we take Heaven's Cradle and we hold it, we can just prevent any of that from happening.
Well, I think that we'll have a better chance at preventing that from happening. But let's not forget, we held Heaven's Cradle when all of that stuff happened with Bedlam. Let us not forget that it was unfortunately easily infiltrated by the New Dawn Inquisition.
They say, I guess you're right. I am starting to wonder, though.
About what?
Is Sepulchre not as bad as this fourth party? I mean, who could they even be?
I mean, that's a question that I cannot answer. I don't know.
They say, whoever they are, they've been operating in the shadows the entire time and have managed to outmaneuver both Sepulchre and the Oryn Navy. They're someone very influential. And they say, and they have the hammer. Why haven't they used it?
Well, because you need both keys.
And they say, so that would mean they know exactly what the hammer's meant for.
Or they have no idea, but that's unlikely.
And Oliver says, I don't know. I get the stinging suspicion they do know.
Yeah. Me too.
And you actually see Merlin come in the door and roll up to your table. And he says to you all, he says, sorry for the delay, everyone. I needed to pick some things up from the shops. And he says, Lise, you really have a way with stirring a crowd. And he says, I've got some bad news.
Great. More bad news.
And he says, I just got a report from Silver Falls. The Emperor has been spotted.
In Silver Falls? What the fuck is he doing there?
Apparently his ship emerged from the mists. He was in Tielenrune. And now he's heading for Heaven's Cradle.
Great. Hey,
and Merlin turned.
Perhaps we can kill two birds with one stone.
And Merlin turns to Oliver and he says, so, good thing the siege is planned for tomorrow.
Great. We'll retake
Oliver
Heaven's Cradle.
has a look of dread on their face.
We'll retake Heaven's Cradle. Lisa's like so angry that she's being like aggressively optimistic, or she'll just be like a huge bitch. So she's like, great. So we'll retake Heaven's Cradle, we'll kill the Emperor, we'll get the spear, and then I don't have to get the hammer, except we should get the hammer anyway so that Sepulchre doesn't get it, because even if she has one, that's probably not good. And we need to find out who these shadow people are who took the hammer in the first place. And also, oh, by the way, Merlin, I met Sepulchre, and she's a scary, ugly bitch.
Merlin says, she is not a looker, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And he says,
I reiterate to Merlin also what our conversation was.
He says, I see. Well, I am glad you didn't shake her hand. That
Yeah. Honestly,
was likely going to be very bad.
nah.
And he says, I would love to stay here and catch up further and discuss with you more about Sepulchre, but we need to pack up now and set out now. And he's looking at Oliver as he says that. And Oliver says, so you're joining us there, right?
Me?
In Heaven's Cradle. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
They stand up from there.
She says, I'm going to be at the front of the fleet. What the fuck are you talking about?
They stand up and they say, we'll sync up more from your captain's quarters. Figure out the battle plan, but we do need to set out our ships a bit slower.
Right. I suppose we'll sleep on the Tempest tonight, and I'll talk to you in the morning.
They say, all right, for Caleban. And they start heading out.
She gives like a...
And Merlin
I take the fourth bottle out of my bag and I just pass it to Cassandra.
She downs it immediately.
Well, you ready to kill the Emperor, babe?
She says, I'm certainly ready to try.
I think we both just kind of look at each other and go, for Caleban.
And Bedlam actually appears in the chair that Oliver was just seated in, and he starts screaming, "Siege! Siege! 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 Siege!"
Shut up.
Oh, this is so exciting! It's Siege Eve, Lise. This is going to be... wait, this is your first siege. Oh, Lise, you're going to love it. There's so much to do during a siege, Lise. There's never a dull moment during a siege. Now, I don't like how much death there is, unfortunately. There's a lot of killing, a lot of murder, but there's also a lot of fun to be had, a lot of burning, a lot of explosions. There's never a dull moment, truly. It's one of the most fun places on Earth.
Honestly, we should try not to do too much damage to the city because... well, we'll be moving in after we kill it, or kill the Oryn. We'll be occupying the city, so... and, we have to pay all the pirates.
That's no fun. For a proper siege, you have to have reckless abandon. Throw caution to the wind.
Well, maybe if we have to siege Oryn, but sieging Heaven's Cradle is a bit different.
Says... Please, come on now. Learn to have a little fun. Live a little. I think all this stress is getting to you. You need an outing.
I need something.
I will say, glad you didn't shake that lady's hand. He says, Varric, he was never the same after he did.
What?
Varric! It was never the same after he shook her hand. I mean, the lad was so much more boring after the fact. It's like him making a deal with Sepulchre. It made him so boring. He was such a rules follower.
Did his eyes didn't happen to change color?
Says, what do you mean?
After he shook her hand.
I suppose he did have green eyes originally, didn't he? Weird. I wonder when that happened. I don't think it happened in that moment.
Oh. You don't?
Says, I don't think so. Hold on. Let me check. And his eyes do that slot machine thing again. And he says, I don't remember, Lise.
Why did you attempt to if you don't remember?
He says, why would I attempt to remember if I can't remember? Why do you attempt to remember when you can't remember?
Okay. And I'm
gonna go shake her hand, Lise.
No!
I want to know what it's like.
Okay, well, she can't see you, so...
Maybe I'll become boring.
Maybe you will. Wouldn't that be something?
Then maybe you'll like me more.
No.
What? Why not? You say you always complain that I'm too much. Well, now I'll become just enough.
No, I don't think boring is the direction that you need to go in.
Well, what direction do I need to go in? How am I going to make my best friend like me more?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I suppose you also don't know what she meant when she said, you are not what you say you are.
What?
You were
I don't-
there.
Well, yes, but I don't know what that means. I guess even I don't know what I am half the time. I don't know what I'm going to do 5 minutes from now.
That's fair. All right. Well, listen, I have a siege to prepare for.
After he says that, his top hat like pops open off his head, and like you realize that under the hat there's no top of his head, and a firework shoots out. He says, "I didn't see that coming."
Okay. Well, I have to go have an insane dream now.
Says, "Oh, lovely! You have to tell me all about it after you do."
Maybe.
And he materializes a tankard in his hand that's like kind of split down the middle, black and white, kind of like the rest of his aesthetic. And he raises it to you, and he says, "To best friends on Siege Eve."
I don't have a glass.
There is a tankard at your table.
I pretend to clink it.
He says, "Lise, that's the first time you've ever pretended to interact with me in a friendly way."
I don't think that's true.
And a tear falls from his eye.
Okay, don't start crying. I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to do it again. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. You've ruined it.
And he says, "Smile, boys! I must retire to my quarters." And they walk up like women in waiting, and they both have little boxes of tissues, and they're like wearing like little Victorian dresses, and they guide him out.
Oh. All right, Cassandra, let's go to bed so I can have a weird dream.
She says, "All right, I guess we're doing this. I can't say I've ever been part of a siege."
Yeah, me neither. But hey, this is the first time for everything.
You head back to the Shifting Tempest.
I let the Tempest know. I'm like, oh, by the way, siege tomorrow. Possibly ships for you to eat.
Your siege is going to be on Heaven's Cradle, which is not a port city.
Afterwards, I will get you a ship to eat.
And it says, "Do you promise?"
Yes.
That word disappears into the page, and then the word comes back. How big?
Smaller than the Fortune Empress, but bigger than I don't know that many ships.
Okay. And all it gets is smaller than the Fortune Empress, and it says how much smaller.
I'm not sure. I don't have one picked out at this point in time.
And it says it better not be a rowboat.
Okay, smaller than the Fortune Empress, bigger than a rowboat.
Okay. All right, you set off for Heaven's Cradle?
Yeah, and we'll sleep on the way there.
As you're turning in for the night. Oh, go ahead.
We want to sail with the fleet because I want to be at the head of it.
Yes. I mean, you can fly over the land too, though, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be sailing with them the whole way. I mean, unless you want to disembark before then.
No, I guess it doesn't matter.
As you're turning in that night, Cassandra's like sitting next to you in bed, and she says, "I'm kind of worried as to what this dream is going to entail."
Yeah. Hey, if I wake up screaming, that could be a fun night.
I'll know why, I guess, but
Yeah.
oh boy, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
No, it's okay. It'll be all right. It's just a dream.
She says, yeah, just a dream. You shouldn't
She
have let her
says-
touch your head.
She says, I don't need you to be worried about my dreams, Cassandra.
Says, I'm
We
worried
have-
about what this woman's going to show you in your mind.
Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't shake her hand. Oh, I tell Cassandra what Bedlam said. I'm like, oh yeah,
Says-
Bedlam said that Varric shook her hand and he was never the same afterwards, and so
She says, oh, so I was right to stop you from doing that.
listen.
I'm just saying I'm always right.
I briefly thought about it, but I was not going to do it.
Okay, so we should listen to Cassandra more.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll always listen to Cassandra. Cassandra's
Yes,
always
yes,
right.
that's a good rule of thumb. In fact, I think you should absolutely apply that rule across the board.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll write that down. I'll put it at the top of my list.
Yeah, no, don't even put it on a list. Make it just your general modus operandi.
Cassandra, I love you enough. And I think that you love me enough to know that you know that I don't know what that means.
She says, and that's why we should listen to Cassandra.
Okay, and then I have a bad dream now. Good night.
We're actually going to run a poll for this because, as is tradition, whenever Elise has a dream, we need chat to tell us if it's going to be a dream or
a
a nightmare.
Do I get to level up after this?
Chat.
Okay, so that's a no.
Is it a dream or a nightmare? Oh, interesting. They chose nightmare.
I'm not
Never mind.
surprised.
They chose 50-50. All right. I'm rolling a d20. 11 or higher, it's a dream. 10 or lower, it's a nightmare.
Honestly,
It's a nightmare.
all right.
We as you're falling asleep, you notice that like once you like have it in your mind that you're going to sleep, you pass out like almost too quickly. It's
I took
very
some NyQuil.
yeah, you pass out like almost like once you thought you were going to pass out, you fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a dream. And in this dream, you are in a house. But this house doesn't look like any house you've ever been in before. It's like, it's strange. The chairs are like finely upholstered, but it doesn't seem like a large house like a noble would have or something. You know, the table in this room that you're in is like a cured wood table. It's nicely polished, well manufactured. And there's four chairs surrounding it, but only 3 of them look like they belong. And the 4th looks like it was sort of brought in. And in the room next to this one, there's what appears to be an adult man. And he's standing in front of some like device at a counter that it's got like it looks like a kind of like a sink, but it's like very metallic, and it's we would recognize it as kind of looking modern. And he is washing dishes. And you realize that behind you, as you turn around, there's like a window, but it reaches floor to ceiling. And there seems to be a latch on it, as if it can open like a door. And as you look outside this window, you see 2 children. And they're playing outside. There's like a small yard surrounded by a fence. They look like maybe 10, 11, 12, something around that range. And you realize that everything in this world is kind of lacks color. And you get the feeling that something about this is wrong. It's like you can't tell if this is coming to be or it already has happened, if you're remembering this, if it's like a memory you're conjuring up, or if it's a vision into the future. But suddenly, everything goes wrong. Suddenly, you hear screaming outside. And you see a column of light extend to the sky. This otherwise perfect, serene world where everyone seemed to be living without a care, happily going about their lives, is interrupted by this column of light that erupts in the sky. And a bright light stretches across the sky like a line, dividing the sky in two. And suddenly, the ground shakes beneath your feet. And you realize that, like, particles of dust and like crumbs off of that table have, like, started to levitate off the ground. And those children look up at the sky and see all this. And they turn to each other, and there's fear on their faces. They run to that window that you're looking out of, and they unlatch it and slide it open and run in, their forms passing through you as if you're a ghost. And they're speaking in a language you've never heard before, but they're panicked. And that man that was washing those dishes ushers them out of the room. And as you go to follow to see where they went, you wake up.
I feel like she opens her eyes and she's like, what the fuck was that?